gamers. Hello. On to gamers. We're gaming. England are out of the World Cup. We've thrown our full support behind Morocco. And it's time to keep climbing. This went really bad last time. We'll see how it goes. I may give up and start playing something else. Incredible start. I think I've hit mental rock bottom. There we go. Fully resetting ourselves. And now we're a minute in. How long does it take us to get back up to the top? Ooh. We've previously done... Oh. No. We've previously done... Oh. We've previously done this whole section in about 2 minutes. I feel like that's not going to happen today. I feel like with these streams, I'm revealing that I am not only bad at games, but I am, like, uniquely bad at games. Like, it takes me so much longer. No! Fuck! Fuck! Fucking damn it! Fuck! Shit. It's not coming home, gamers. I don't know how we cope with this fact. Streaming FIFA just so we can beat the French. The thing is, I'm so bad at, as someone who's exposed to FIFA a lot as a younger child, as part of having siblings who enjoy the game, FIFA, and its various iterations. I know for a fact that I'm very bad at that game. Okay. That took us 2 minutes just to get up to the rock. But... no, I've reached new levels of sort of mental degradation in the... Today, I started listening to my own podcast I made in 2020 and just enjoying it, which I shouldn't because I'm not an entertaining person. Anyone who's watched this stream for like a significant amount of time can tell you that I am not an entertaining person. Well, I can be, but not in the way I like to think of myself as one. There we go. That was 2 minutes, 45 seconds. And that took us... that was one of our shortest parts of this yet. It was genuinely wild walking home through Edinburgh as the football was playing. Like, I know we're in Scotland and it's not England, but there's a lot of English students here. And, like, the noise of people watching the football just travels so far. I guess this is technically the second World Cup I've lived here for now. Actually, would it be? No, it wouldn't. Okay. I think need to move my water slightly. My water, which I keep in this big normal cup. My big normal Erdinger pint glass. Wouldn't it be incredible if it turned out I was fucking myself with my mouse and all it takes to get good at this game is not. Huh. Huh. No, the mouse feels too free now. The mouse feels scarily free. Oh no. This is the worst bit to get stuck on, because you get sent back so far if you mess it up. As she said. You get sent back so far if you mess it up. Now look at this level of control that we've got. Previously kept from us. Previously held from us. Now unleashed. Now unleash our full power. Or not. I feel like it's like when I used to play Valorant. Like, you make these little changes and you sort of psychologically convince yourself that by, like, changing your, I don't know, your, like, mouse sensitivity or something like that slightly, it completely changes your game. When, in reality, it does nothing of the sort. Why are we struggling to do the hammer pogo at all now? No. We're not falling down this early. There we go. See, I'm getting far better at most of these early bits. And then I just hit this section and I start just whacking my head against. I just need to reposition myself slightly. Then we can get on. There we go. There has to be a better way to do this than what I do here. Because this still feels like one of the bits I'm the worst at. Get in the fucking bit, my man. My dude, my guy, please. There we go. Okay. It's fine. I believe yesterday it took us like a good solid 20 minutes to get to the... No, don't say no. It took us a good solid 20 minutes to get to the security camera and the chair. Perfect skills, perfect skills. That bit seems so terrifying, but it's fairly easy compared to... No. Yeah, I'm catching myself and put myself back here because otherwise we fall off, I think. Oh, I hate these stairs so much. The annoying thing is, like, as we get further on from this, it's only going to get more stressful because the progress is only going to get more and more extreme that we're losing. No, no. Oh, fucking hell. Huh. Yeah, so there's like... We can do like what I believe is called a pull jump there, where we pull ourselves up from underneath and that launches us. Which is a technique that speedrunners use, I believe. I believe you have to use most of those movement techniques to get anywhere far in the game anyway. Right, come on. There we go. 11 minutes to the chair. Or 10 minutes if we consider that we started our first climb at 1 minute. Don't say no. No, that was an oh no moment. No. I wonder what point I accept, like, if this even comes to be, that this just isn't a beatable game for me. Because it might just not be. Like, we've made progress, but it might just be that this game would be so slow that it would just not be fun. No. Don't you fucking dare. I feel like a lot of flailing is often what actually helps me out. Okay. So. No, that was not it. I was hoping to launch myself a bit more vertically there. No! Oh. Fucking hell. Gamers. Gamers. Oh no, the hammer's stuck onto the toilet.
But on the off chance that you're playing this, what I'm saying is, trash is disposable, but maybe it doesn't have to be approachable. What's the feeling like? Are you stressed? I guess you don't hate it if you got this far. Feeling frustrated? It's underrated.
Oh no. What is this? Also, this is new progress. This is the furthest we've been.
Orange is sweet, juicy fruit, locked inside a bitter peel. That's not how I feel about a challenge. I only want the bitterness.
No.
It's coffee. It's grapefruit. It's licorice. Oh.
So now we know what the joy of the slide is for. Okay, that was new progress though. That's genuinely something like we heard new Bennett lines. How long has it been since we heard new Bennett lines? Possibly multiple streams. Fuck. Everything. I don't know. I accidentally click the mouse sometimes, which really shows how much sort of fine motor control I'm working with. Oh, what a jump. Yeah, these stairs suck. Also the fact that sometimes I just can't launch myself if I'm at the wrong angle. There we go. And theoretically, this bit doesn't seem like it should be hard. I don't know why I'm finding it so hard. That's fine. Caught ourselves. I don't know why I keep managing to get myself onto this section, but no. Come on. Fuck this game. So I'm definitely in a better... Oh, I say that. I'm in a, like, vaguely better mindset than yesterday where I couldn't even get back up to that security camera. Like, we've already... made it back up? Why would you launch yourself like that? Can't. No. Hi. Welcome to The Failure Slowly Destroys Me. Sorry, I look at chat so rarely. I'm terrible at it. Wait, the orange got all the way down here? How'd the orange get down here? Why is this now a thing we're having problems with? We have never had problems with this before. There we go. No, my dude, my guy, please. Please. England. England, that's about as specific as I'm willing to get. Does it not say British in the stream tags? I thought it did. Ah. Oh. Oh. Yeah, no, I've got a horrific West Country accent. Well, actually, no, I've got a very... I have a Southwest English accent, but not particularly strong. Unless I do it on purpose, which comes off as I think is more offensive than loving. Oh, no. No. Come on, my guy, please. Oh, the constant banging of the heating is starting again. It might, to be fair, it might be very noticeable for like other people who aren't me. I'm just so used to my voice that the wet. Ooh, we've never dragged ourselves up that side before. That's a new development. I'm so bad at this game. It stresses me out so much. We've made it so much further than this, and this bit fucks us up every time. And then it kicks us down here. I accidentally chuck myself off the edge. And we get thrown back down to the bottom, where I find something new to struggle against. Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Calm, calm. There we go. That's better, that's better, that's better, that's better. Oh, this game is pretty darn stressful, but as someone who's played a lot of, like, quote-unquote hard games, like, the stress is part of the fun. To some extent. I think you do reach a point where some games are obtusely hard to the expense of fun. But this one is... This one, I'm enjoying, like, mastering the climbing mechanics. I think that's something quite... I have not tried Pogo Stock. I've never heard of that one. Is that a similar, like, climbing... hard, like, climbing game? Like, like, the hard games I play have tended to be, like, hard from, like, a combat perspective, like Souls games or, like, difficult, other things like that. Only playing games that are emotionally difficult. Yeah, I play hard games. Life is Strange, hardest game ever made. This bit is so easy, I don't know why I'm stuck on it. I don't know why this is the bit I'm stuck on. Yeah, I imagine it's... There are lots of games that have sort of similar vibes to this one. Like, what's it called? Jump King? I think that's... It's got similar... It's not aesthetically similar, but like the whole kind of obtuse mechanics as you scale, like you climb ever further northwards? Upwards? Not northwards. What am I talking about? That's very... It's a... I think this game popularized a certain style of... I don't know, I could be wrong. There could be many games that... I know this is... Was it Sexy Hiking? Is the one that inspired a lot of this game? Yeah. I think that is kind of one of the philosophical points about game design that this game tries to make, is that a lot of it is iterative. And it's... Oh. As is all art. I feel like sometimes, like, discussions of things like, did this rip off something, or don't you dare throw me back down. No. No! Fuck. Oh, fuck. Not again. No. Oh. I love that orange managed to fall directly from the top, the bit we were at before, all the way down here. Oh, why are we stuck like this now? Oh, why are we stuck like this now? Honk. Perfect. Perfect skills. I wonder if it'd be possible to get, like, these bin bags. I can't remember if they're physics objects. Physics objects. What is this, fucking Elden Ring? Oh, my physics objects. Why is this now the hardest part? Every single time. Every single time. A different bit finds... A different bit decides to be difficult. And it fucks me up. No matter what it is. There we go. That's... Honk. Honk. Have some Fanta. I do play a fair bit of games, yeah. I play quite a lot of games, but far less than a lot of people. Like, I've got a lot of friends who, I started the new Pokemon game on the day it came out, because I played those games as a child, and they now have, like, an eternal grip on me, and I can never stop playing them. Although I'd say the new one is actually, beyond the, like, bad, graphics and optimization. It's the most fun game they've made in a long time. But, like, so many of my friends who started playing that have already put, like, a lot of hours into it, like, over 50, over 100. And I've put, I think, 15? I want to say, I play a lot of games for like, a person, but for, like, someone who plays video games, I don't play that many games. And a lot of my, like, gaming is games like this, or like map games. I stream a lot of map games. Well, I don't stream a lot of them, but I streamed a lot of them a while ago. I have... Yeah. Like, it's all relative. Oh. Okay. I reckon I can go for more than half an hour before this game annoys me today. Thanks for the follow. I love that I can, because I get the, I'm looking at the, like, stream overview on a separate screen, and I can see when it, on my laptop instead of on, like, OBS on here, because I don't have a second monitor. And so there's always a massive delay on me seeing chat, which is probably not for the best, but... And also, like, updates. So I hear them when they come through on OBS, but then it takes me, like, another wee minute for it to update. Oh, okay. We're pretty much... It is possible to fall now, but it's damn hard. Oh... I wonder if there's, like, a playtime... I am 100% improving at this game, but the improvements feel... Oh, I'm looking at chat on my laptop. I'm streaming off my PC, and I could also use my phone if I wanted to, but yeah. Like, ideally, I want a second monitor at some point for my... Once I have the money for it, I'm probably going to get a second monitor, so I can... Instead of using my laptop as a second monitor, I can just use my PC for both. Although I have a feeling for some newer games, it might struggle with two. Like, my PC is pretty good. It's not, like, top of the line or anything, but it's, like, it can run most modern games. But I feel like if I were to start, like, watching something on one screen and then... No. Watching something on one screen and then, like, playing a slightly more intensive game on the other, it could lead to fun times in computer town. Like, my PC rarely gets, like, particularly hot or anything when it's playing games. But for some reason, Victoria 3 absolutely destroys it. Like, no other map games do this, but Victoria 3, it will start screaming. Oh yeah, no. I 100% don't know if I will ever beat it, but there's only one way of trying. And, like, I feel like maybe I should practice off stream, but I feel like... Oh, no. Victoria is fun. It's, like... It's a strategy game, but it's... like, even more nerdy than most strategy games in that it's about economics. No. Oh, good. No, I haven't streamed any Victoria 3 because I'm still learning the game. And with those games, I don't think they're particularly fun to watch if the person who's playing them has no idea what they're doing. I think there is a middle ground, because if you... They're very complicated games, like, compared to a lot of games, in ways that a lot of games aren't complicated, and like, playing or watching someone who, like, has a ridiculous amount of experience with them can be quite a terrible way to get into them, because they'll not at all explain anything that's going on. And I think when I streamed Crusader Kings and Europa Universalis last month, that was one of the things I didn't do very well. was explain what was going on. And I think that's something that Paradox players can be quite bad at. Honk. But yeah, map games are fun, and I have no idea why it's the map game that causes my PC to start screaming at me and taking off. It's really curious, because the only other games... I mean, I know it's a more modern game, but it's a map game. And they are admittedly pretty intensive, because the computer is having to like, simulate what every single country is doing at once, which is why if you want to kill your PC, the single best thing you can do is... Yeah, no. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people, like, I started watching, like, I got into Paradox games through people playing Hearts of Iron 4, which is by far the simplest of all of the modern... No, don't you dare. There we go. It's by far the simplest of... And, like, I think watching someone who's experienced those games can teach you a lot about them. But if you're completely new to those map games, someone who's just sort of, as I was when I streamed them, just doing a lot of it without saying what I was doing from the very beginning, or explaining why I was doing stuff, could be... I imagine that could make it quite hard to understand. Is my is the camera... Has it caught the hammer? No. Again. Oh. No. Oh, it's this bit. This bit gets me so much. And it seems so new and exciting not very long ago. Oh. I think it's doing like a pull jump is the best way forward. Here. There we go. Unless I do that. Oh boy. The furthest I've gotten is... I mean, I don't know what's coming up other than I know there's the bucket that's coming up at some point. But the furthest I've gotten is like where there's a cliff edge and a table with oranges on it. So not even that far into the game, I don't think. I think completion-wise, I'm still a long way off from the end. And it's going to get even more brutal. But obviously, I am learning and getting better at the game as I go. and like a lot of these earlier bits, with some exceptions, like I still find these stairs really difficult, and that section with the two lamps, which I got stuck on for a while earlier, does still get me. But a lot of the earlier sections and the sections I've done a lot feel easier now. This jump still gets me, and I would have done this jump a couple of times. Okay. And there we go. We're on the chair. Let's try to not fall this time. No, stop it. Okay. The mouse sometimes just... I need a mouse mat, I think. Okay. But yeah, not very much further than this. I know that people who play this game well can do it ridiculously quickly. Like, what's the speedrun world record? Like a minute and something? It's insane. I haven't watched a speedrun because I feel like it could... No, being too careful is sometimes the worst thing you can do in this game. Oh... Oh, it's... Yeah, I probably should do that. Yeah, we have Amazon in the UK. I think the only country that I'm aware of that doesn't have Amazon is Sweden. I could probably just go to... We have a shop in the UK called Argos, which is like a bit like... It's a bit like Amazon before Amazon existed. And so it's like a store and you go and it's just like a counter, and then behind the counter there's like people, and they sell basically everything, and you order what you want at the counter, and then they will come. They'll like pick it up for you from in the... No, my mouse is stuck where I don't want it to be. There we go. I'm just going to take a minute to have a little sip of my Fanta. Oh no. It's the fact that... But yeah, no. I could probably get like a super cheap mouse pad there. I know that like they're probably... I try and avoid shopping on Amazon because it makes me feel better about myself. When in reality, like, shopping at Argos is probably no better than shopping at Amazon. But like with some things, like especially in the city I'm in, there just aren't necessarily alternatives. Right, okay, this is going to be precarious, but... No, it's not, actually. This is the furthest we've got. This is the second time we've made it to this damned table. Okay. No, and I've done that both times. I've tried to position myself and then fucked myself by being too careful. Just need to go fast. No thoughts, head empty. Fast. Well, thanks for the follow. Oh no, this game is 100% trying to like mess you up on purpose. Honk. Oh, fucking hell. I'm so bad at this game. It's remarkable. It's insane how how bad I am at this game. Oh. Sometimes with like games like this though, like I wonder, is it worth spending your limited human time on Earth getting good at a game like this? I mean, I'd argue it's no more or less valuable than anything else you could spend your time getting good at. But like it's the whole like, why would you spend your time getting good at Guitar Hero when you could just learn guitar instead? I know they're not like comparable, but yeah. It really does. I find it interesting. I think I don't think there's actually an answer to that, but oh, fun. This bit, I don't know why this bit is so hard. Yeah, bragging rights. That's like the reason why I like 100%ed Bloodborne. Other than the fact that I do really enjoy that game. I really, really enjoy Bloodborne. But like there was a point when I was on like the final boss I had left to complete. And yeah, I was on like, the final boss I had left. And I must have spent like so much time on that like final boss. It was ridiculous, like a genuinely ridiculous. I think about, I want to say 10-15 hours just on a single boss, which probably shows that I'm really bad at like Bloodborne and all that. But and like admittedly this was during a COVID lockdown when no, why would I do that? I was there and I messed that up. Incredible. What am I doing? See, now I've psyched myself out. I've now hit the point where I've psyched myself out. And yeah, no. And like I generally don't like care too much about like 100%ing a game. I find a lot of games' achievements are fairly arbitrary in the no. But I don't know, with Bloodborne, because it was a game I was enjoying so much, and there are moments that in that like 100% that you do for Bloodborne that are bordering on not fun. Like, so there's a to get the platinum trophy for Bloodborne, you have to beat a certain number of these things that are called chalice dungeons in it. And you have to beat a certain number of things called chalice dungeons in it. And one of them, I think it's called the Cursed Amygdala Chalice. That one is, with the Cursed Amygdala Chalice, it cuts your health in half. And it also chucks one of the, a boss which isn't hard otherwise, Amygdala, who is a pretty easy boss. You fight them not too far on in the game, I'm gonna say. Like, I beat Amygdala normally first time, but when they cut your health in half, Amygdala goes from being like fairly easy. Oh, and also you fight her outside the first time, and then the second time you fight her, I think I would replay Bloodborne. Like, there are some games I adore that I don't think have much replay value, and that's fine. Like, I need to go back and replay, beat the DLC. So my favourite game ever made is probably Outer Wilds, which I adore so much for just about every reason. And I want to say, like, Outer Wilds is, like, it's a game that there are elements that make it sort of a replay worthy game, but by and large, it's a game that a lot of the value comes from exploring it for the first time. And like, if it wasn't for that DLC, oh, that was terrible English. If it wasn't for that DLC, then like I probably wouldn't revisit it, because like, so much of that game is about exploration and witnessing new stuff. And like, it's not particularly a worthwhile experience. Well, it is a worthwhile experience. I'd argue a lot of the gameplay is still fun, and there's probably value to be had in just messing around in its sandbox. But the sort of exploration aspect of the game, definitely it's if you ask someone like who's played it, like, is there a game that you wish you could erase all your memories of and play again for the first time, they will probably say Outer Wilds, just because it's such a unique experience. It's one of those games that, like, you should go into knowing as little as you can, and you should try. I think using strategy guides by and large is fine. Especially some games are obtuse or weirdly designed. You might have to look up where something is. I think I did that. I've done that with a couple of like annoying puzzles before. I think I have very openly done it on stream before when I've been playing some games that have like obtuse puzzles that I couldn't beat, because I have a tiny brain and just can't do certain puzzles. But like, yeah, a lot of games that I play are games that you can just sort of infinitely replay. So like a lot of the map games, I was at the top. Why did I fuck that one up? A lot of like my map games are games that you can just sort of infinitely play. And whilst I enjoy them a lot, I often try and avoid them. Yeah, no, like, I think walkthroughs are... There are some games as well where, like, walkthroughs are functionally... Especially older games, where walkthroughs are, like, necessary. I used to have, with Pokemon, I used to have the, like, printed strategy guides they used to sell. I think they're still at my parents' house, and... Yeah, I think I've still got my parents' house, and they're kind of, like, really lovely objects to have. Because sometimes they're, like, incredibly useless and offer you these bizarre ways of beating a game, or like don't actually give you particularly useful routes to do things, but I didn't really use them for much beyond like some Pokedex stuff and like that, but I liked having them to read through. Yeah, no, I have played... I think because like I try and like seek out new experiences and try and avoid sort of just playing the same game over and over again. I've played a lot more games than some people have, but I've played a lot less of most games than a lot of people have. Like, I also tend to quite enjoy shorter experiences in games, and this is partially a side effect of streaming, because if you're streaming, a game that you can beat in like 1 or 2 streams is so preferable to a game which will take you like 50 hours. And I'm not like a... I tend to... I don't know. I find a lot of AAA games very samey and boring. Like, people talk about games like Horizon Zero Dawn, which people rave on about as being great. I tried to play it. I found it really kind of dull. Same with a lot of the recent Assassin's Creeds. And I'm someone who loved a lot of the early Assassin's Creed. Like, Black Flag is... If it weren't for the fact that Ubisoft is a gross company, Black Flag would be in my top games. But, oh, finally, that took far too long. But yeah, like, I find a lot of longer AAA experiences really dull. Even games which I probably would like, so I've tried to start The Last of Us twice now. I'll probably do it again as well when the remaster comes out on PC, because I don't have access to my old PlayStation because it was shared between me and my siblings, and I left it at home when I left. When I moved out. No. But yeah, no. I really think, especially something like Game Pass is probably one of my favourite developments in the video games industry Yeah, probably. Like, I'm probably just also not very motivated. Like, I've heard so many good things about a lot of AAA games, but then I just start playing them and they just don't click with me. And, like, there's nothing... I don't mind a longer experience if it feels like something that I'm going to... If it's something that I'm going to enjoy. Like, it took me a while for, like, Bloodborne to click with me. I got... That first... Central Yharnam, the first area in Bloodborne, is rough. It's so hard compared to a lot of tutorial areas. Like, it's throwing big waves of enemies at you. It does not tutorialize at all well. That's something that FromSoft have only really got good at with Elden Ring. I know some people got, like, mad that they tutorialize in that game. But, like, yeah, I don't know. I do really want to play, like, Spider-Man, the PlayStation 1. That looks really fun. I know that's on PC now, but because I have Game Pass, which is, yeah, my favourite... Why are we going that way? Game Pass is, like, my favourite, like, development in games in a long time, purely because it lets you experiment with games and try things out without having to commit to them, and gives you access to, like, a massive library of games that would cost so much otherwise. So I thought I might like Gears of War, and I streamed it a while ago, but in the end it just really annoyed me. And, like, I don't know, I appreciate Gears of War because... what's his face? Noah Cadwell-Gervais. Really good video essayist if you haven't seen his videos. He does, like, incredibly long and, like, detailed deep dives. I find a lot of long video essays don't really earn their runtime. They're quite padded out. But Noah's, I really adore. And I found his arguments for why, like, Gears of War is a good franchise really compelling. So I went in, not necessarily expecting the world. Like, it's a cover shooter from the mid-2010, or, like, the 2010s. Like, that's not everyone's thing. But why do I keep doing this? But, like, yeah, I need to... It's really, really cool that something like Game Pass exists and can let you try out, like, a AAA game that could cost, back in the day, would cost so much money. Like, a AAA game is what? Like, when I was little, that was at least £30, probably 40, I seem to remember. Whereas now, a AAA is anywhere from, like, 50 to 70, and Xbox are talking about, or Microsoft are talking about... I could have swung there. I could have done a really cool little swing. I know Microsoft are talking about, like, upping the price of Microsoft games to... I can't remember if they said $70 or $80. So who knows how that translates into prices in, like, the UK, because our currency is non-existent at this point. And that is... It sucks that, like, AAA prices are going up so much, but for something like Xbox, I don't particularly care, because who owns an Xbox and buys Xbox games at this point? Like, it's... No. That was so dumb of me. Just saying that I'm doing this on purpose to learn this section. But yeah, like, this is a Britain thing, and back when I was young, this would have been back in the, at least, and this probably isn't representative of everything, but it's representative of where I was buying games. At least in the UK, you've got to remember, like, the British pound used to be worth used to be worth a hell of a lot more than it is now. So back when games were like £30-40, which I want to say is late PS2, early Xbox 360 generations, like, you could get games for like £30-40, like, and that still would be relatively similar, I want to say, to how much they are dollar-wise now. Like, that's still $50-60. And I don't think American game prices have gone up, but they've gone up far slower. S tier, do you mean like in terms of quality or price? Because, like, I think a lot of AAA games are, like, unnecessarily, like, fucking hell, that's so expensive. I mean, that's a retro game. Like, old games do tend to go for a ridiculous amount. Like, if I were to sell all of my old physical Pokemon games, I could probably make $50,000 off, like, all of them. Even more if I remember where to find the Pokewalker for Pokemon Heart Gold. Like, it's, especially Nintendo stuff goes up in value so much, and it's really interesting. I was debating getting a GameCube, because you can get them for quite cheap, and like there's a chain in the UK, for any non-British people watching, called CEX. I think they also exist in other parts of Europe. I know they've got them in Ireland and Spain, because when I was in Madrid, I stayed in a youth hostel which was above a CEX, which was a weird experience for me, just being forced to know that CEX exists in other countries. And like they have like, you can get a GameCube for I think about £70, which is scarily reasonable. Same with like a PS1. If you want to get a PS1, you can get one of them really cheap. Like, that generation now is really cheap. But then if you go a step older than that, they start becoming like really expensive. And you get this sort of, I think there's a age where things are just sort of old and no one cares about them. And then you hit a point where they become like vintage or retro, and then they become like worth something, or like they start appreciating in value instead of depreciating in value. Like, the same thing happens with cars. Like, cars by and large lose their value like quite quickly once you buy them, but then like eventually, like, they become retro or they become vintage or whatever, and so long as your car is in decent shape, you can sell that for a hell of a lot of money, I think. I don't know anything about cars, so don't quote me on any of this. But like, this is my understanding of like products and how their value changes over time, and I think it really does apply to games as a medium. Like, this level of depreciation for about, I want to say 15 years, 20 years, and then value just starts to skyrocket after a point. Like, I'm sure if I wait, it also depends on how many are made, because I imagine with something like a Virtual Boy, they never sold very well at all. The Virtual Boy was largely unpopular, and I think quite expensive for the time when it was originally being sold as like a new console. Whereas, and like some games that are considered classics sell for a ridiculous amount. Like, I might open up the CEX website in a minute and we can have a little fun time. Yeah, there's just, as someone who's like interested in games of the medium, I feel like I should, there's a lot of old experiences that I should go back and try and experience, and I know you can emulate them, like, emulation is super easy, and I would argue ethical a lot of the time, especially when you are a company like, say, Nintendo, who hate their fans and just want to resell them worse and worse ports of old games once every sort of decade. But at the same time, there's something to be said for playing games on their original hardware. And I mean, I know, like, perfectly recreating an experience isn't possible, really. Like, if you think about something like beans. If you think about something like the sort of TV you'd be playing on in with an old PS2 game, and I think there's like an old Unraveled video where, like, Brian David Gilbert kind of makes this point far more eloquently than I can, that, like, truly recreating the experience and, like, reliving, like, working out, like, it's impossible to have the same experience playing a retro game now than it was when it came out. Like, you could go for a ridiculous extent to, like, get all of the right TV and the right, like, recreate that atmosphere, but it's never gonna be the same experience. But there is something to be said for playing, like, say, Shadow of the Colossus is a decent example, or, like, the old Metal Gear Solids on, like, the early PlayStation. I think, and I mean, like, you can play Shadow of the Colossus, the remake, on PS4, but that's, I don't know, that might be the definitive way to play it now, but it's not, like, the way that, like, Shadow of the Colossus is remembered by a lot of people who grew up with it, or who really love that game. Oh, gamers, we've done it. We're back. We're back at the toilet. Ready for me to mess this up through over-positioning? No, 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 no! Oh. But yeah. Gonna have a stop for a little bit of Fanta. Don't know how much longer I'm gonna go with this today. Might end with some truck or something. Although, like, I've played a lot of truck recently. Might be fun to end with something else. I don't know what else I could bring back for a short bit. We could play some Vampire Survivors. We could play, like, a game of Vampire Survivors. Yeah. Oh. $650 plus postages. That's a lot. Like, I remember seeing, I've got a copy of Shadow of the Colossus for the PS2 at my parents', because I found it quite cheap once. But I think if, like, with games like that, which are considered classics, or, like, the highest I've seen PS2 games go is about 80, I want to say. That may be a underestimate from me. But yeah, $650 for a Virtual Boy game for the highest Virtual Boy sounds like about right to me. No, 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 no. We... Again, progress though. But yeah, I don't know a mass amount sort of economics of like retro games. If we fall all the way down, that's it for this game for today. I'm going to try not to, but it tends to happen when I fall down from a new height. It didn't... Was Mario Tennis the one that came bundled with the Virtual Boy? I think Mario Tennis is the only is one of the like few Virtual Boy games I've seen people like discuss playing before. So I imagine that is way more common. I can't remember if it was a pack-in though, or like I imagine like yeah, no. That would make sense. Was the Virtual Boy region locked, or was that pre-region locking? No, no, no. I'm trying to do something here and it's not working. Oh, we nearly did a speed... We nearly did some speed there. No. Oh, it just never released in the UK. Okay. I didn't realize we just never got the Virtual Boy. I guess it's because so many like YouTubers who discuss like video games are American or Japanese. Like certain releases are treated as like such a normal thing when... Oh, okay, that makes sense. No, no, don't fall off, don't fall off, don't fall off. I do love like box design and like art design differences in marketing between regions. Like one of my favorite things is or to look at is like film poster differences between regions, because sometimes they can be really pretty. Oh, that's great. I remember what was it where like when they re-released a bunch of like GameCube games for the Wii, a bunch of them were like Japan only, and then like one randomly only released in the US. Nintendo seemed to be really fun with that, just like randomly releasing stuff in one market or the other. I'm starting to get down some strategies in this game to do stuff quicker and do stuff better. And then sometimes I'm just doing that. Or throwing myself off. Maybe we leave it at the chair for today. Just to give ourselves a depressing... Just to give ourselves a depressing place to start off when we immediately fall down. Or not. Or we'll fall down now. That works too. No, don't. Okay, come on. Come on. Come on. Oh. Because I'm absolutely deranged. I've started listening to my own podcast that I made back in 2020. I don't really market anymore or plug because, like, I don't think it's a bad podcast, but I think it's me at my most deranged. Because I made it during COVID lockdown in 2020 when I was living by myself, had nothing to do, and so spent a lot of my time just doing nothing or doing, like, weird stuff, like watching the film Hubie Halloween 25 times, which is what I did. And fuck, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm really fucking funny sometimes. I don't think I'm often very funny, but I think I can be. Fuck. No. Come on, guy. Come on, my dude. Please. Not when I'm trying to be funny. That, like, push felt like I was doing something very professional. I mean, I think, honestly, if I was doing this as, like, a speed or anything, I would want to, like, throw myself off that, like, hook and then, like, just land on the boxes. Like, I would want to go, like, honk, then, like, land here, and then go, like, ooh. Not like that. Not like that, but you get what I mean. No. No. Come on. It is nice that, like, you have to majorly make a mistake to fall down from further than here. I was on there. Why would you do that? You know what? I think I'm going to leave our guy having a nice little barbecue for now. And we'll come back to this game next time. Probably not tomorrow. I think I might work night out tomorrow, actually. Oh, 4 notifications. So glad that the podcast Boonta Vista has noticed me on Twitter. In fact, my hair is rough today. Do you want to play a little game of something before we finish? I don't know, we've played a lot of Truck recently. I can't bring myself to play much else at the moment. I don't want to stream Pokemon because I'm halfway through the story and it would be weird. I've got a lot of, like, story games installed. I don't have many just pick up and play games. What have we got? Like, I've got a lot of games that I want to play from the start to the end. Just play some solitaire. Yeah. Maybe this is a sign that I need to go and watch a film instead. So yeah, this was the stream. Thanks for coming, gamers. This was another successful stream, I think. Thanks for coming, thanks for chatting. It's always nice to have an active chat. And yeah. We made progress. We haven't made progress in like... Last stream we didn't make any progress, so making some solid progress, very nice. Yeah, next time... I think we might even next stream, which... I have an essay due next Thursday, so the sort of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday might be a bit quieter. But from next Friday, I'm pretty free for the foreseeable future. So, yeah, I reckon I'll probably stream, I don't know, maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, like one night, whilst we've got that essay, maybe more. I reckon we'll boot up Inside and try and beat the game Inside that will be next week's goal, and maybe we'll use Getting Over It as a finishing game instead of a starting game. Thanks for coming, gamers. If you've enjoyed this, all my socials are linked in the down below. Same with other things, blog, all that, VOD channel. Thanks for coming. Hope you've enjoyed. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.